Domestic violence is often portrayed through a single lens: women as victims and men as perpetrators. And while statistics confirm that women remain disproportionately affected by gender-based violence, there is another reality that receives far less attention. Men can also be victims. Across South Africa, some men experience emotional abuse, financial manipulation, threats, harassment, and even physical violence within intimate relationships. Yet many suffer in silence, not because the abuse is minor, but because speaking out carries stigma. One of the greatest barriers facing male victims is disbelief. Society often expects men to be strong, emotionally controlled, physically dominant. So when a man reports abuse, the response may range from ridicule to suspicion. You must have done something. A man cannot be abused by a woman. Just be a man and handle it. These reactions discourage reporting. They deepen emotional isolation. In some cases, men allege that when they approach authorities, their complaints are not treated with the same urgency as those of female complainants. Whether due to cultural bias or systemic gaps, the perception of unequal treatment further silences victims. The result: many endure abuse quietly, to avoid embarrassment, reputational harm, or further conflict. South African law does not distinguish between male and female victims when it comes to protection from domestic violence. The Domestic Violence Act protects any person in a domestic relationship who experiences physical, emotional, psychological, sexual, or economic abuse. Male victims have the right to apply for a protection order at a magistrate's court, request the arrest of a respondent who breaches the order, seek maintenance if financially disadvantaged, approach SAPS for assistance in cases of immediate danger. A protection order may prohibit contact, harassment, threats, or physical proximity. If breached, an attached warrant of arrest may be executed. Legal protection exists. But awareness remains a challenge. Many men do not know their rights. Others fear custody disputes, public humiliation, or career consequences. The law may be gender neutral. Society is still catching up. Behind policy and legislation are real human stories. Men who describe emotional manipulation, public humiliation, false accusations, the use of children as leverage. Some speak of physical assault, yet hesitate to defend themselves for fear of being arrested instead. Silence has consequences. Children grow up in tense households. Mental health deteriorates. Unresolved trauma manifests as anger, depression, or withdrawal. Silence does not solve violence. It prolongs it. And breaking the silence does not weaken masculinity. It strengthens accountability and emotional health. Supporting male victims does not diminish the suffering of women. Women remain the majority of victims of gender-based violence. Their protection must remain strong and uncompromised. But justice cannot be selective. Institutions must treat all complainants with professionalism and impartiality. Training for law enforcement, public awareness campaigns, accessible counseling services. A just society does not measure suffering by gender. It measures it by harm. When men remain silent is not about competition between victims. It is about recognition. Domestic violence is a human issue. Legal protection is gender neutral. Dignity belongs to everyone. Encouraging men to report abuse does not undermine the fight against gender-based violence. It strengthens it, because true justice means no victim is ignored, and no voice is dismissed simply because of who they are. This educational video was produced with the invaluable support of the prosecutors attached to the Postmasburg Court, whose dedication ensures that the rights of all victims in gender-based violence matters are protected and upheld.